Hey, it's Giuseppe. I'm here to talk about my first interaction with my new friend Kenny. Um, so so basically, my definition of good teaching would be basically getting students to be motivated about the criteria that you're teaching or they're learning. Basically, doing that in a meaningful and memorable way that can relate to each student and each student's way of learning. Um, My definition of good learning is being engaged and caring about the criteria at hand. I believe that pretty much about 90% of learning is kind of the effort you put into it. Um, Other 10% is probably about the way you go about that learning, how you basically where you put the effort into. So, say if you're someone that needs to learn visually, you put most of your effort into that. Yeah. So I asked my friend Kenny the same question. He said, "Good teaching uses." He said, "Good teaching uses different ways to get information to students, uh, and has a good balance of fun and learning." He really emphasized that when I asked him about these questions. He likes to have a good time in class. He doesn't like very strict and mean teachers. He also said good learning is he thinks studying a lot. He thinks that basically putting more work outside the classroom is equally as important as going to class and getting the information there. So I asked him three things or something he was worried about when he was going into high school in Japan. And he said he was really worried about going into a new high school, because he had just moved to a different part of China, or Japan. So basically, he said he didn't know how not having friends at his new school, how that if that would affect his learning, not knowing anyone around him, if he was going to be too shy about his learning experience. I related to him. I said I went to high school with all my friends from middle school, all my friends from sports, stuff like that. So I didn't have that. I didn't share that same fear. The only thing I was worried about that I shared to him was I was going to high school with about 6,000 people. It was a very big high school. A lot of upperclassmen. You're the young guy, not knowing how to get around, not knowing how to get to class, stuff like that. And he told me that his high school only had total 250 students. So he was the complete opposite of the spectrum in that. But yeah, basically what I really noticed about talking with him about his high school's experience is I think it was a lot more structured and strict than, say, the average American high school. Um, I also think he was, I don't know, I would say taking more advanced classes at an earlier age, I guess. He told me that he was taking here at Michigan State, which would be like first year college algebra, I believe, when he was, I think, a junior in high school. So I think he has all his math credits completely done just through high school, which I did not have the same thing in my high school. So my thoughts and feelings reacting to his learning experience. What I was thinking the whole time is kind of, is America behind when it comes to education? Um, Also, are we doing the right thing in regards to Japan? Um, they go to school 240 days a year. That's what he told me. So they have pretty much all year, kind of all year round, shorter summers than us, shorter winter break and stuff like that. Um, they That would be 60 more school days than what we go to in America. So yeah, basically when I heard that and all that, I thought, um, are these reasons, are these factors why America is pretty much behind in certain test scores in relations to Japan, that are like top ranked type of nation when it comes to these test scores. What small insights about culture and education emerged for you? Um, I think it made me. I mean, it made me appreciate American culture and the way we go about things. Definitely, because just more of a strict society over there. I kind of like how we operate over here. Um, but I also had another insight I had was maybe we should be taking education a little bit more serious earlier on, like they do. I wonder if I personally could have got more out of my education through the public school process had we gone about it the same way as Japan does. So yeah, that was my interaction one with Kenny, and I had a great time.